Welcome to our deep dive. You're ready to explore quantum computing.
I am. It's
a hot topic.
Yeah, it really is.
Very hot.
We're going to be looking at D-Wave Quantum.
Yeah.
One of the big players, right?
One of the really big players.
A lot of hype.
A lot of hype.
A lot of potential.
Yeah, a lot of potential.
But are they living up to it?
That is the question, isn't it?
It is the question.
That's why we're here.
So to start off, I think for people who don't know much about quantum computing, what is it?
Well, we hear all this stuff about it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like faster computers.
Yeah.
But it's not really faster computers.
Right.
It's a completely different way of processing information.
Okay.
So regular computers, use bits.
Yeah.
Zeros and ones. Quantum computers use what are called qubits.
Okay.
And the thing about qubits is they can be a 0 and a 1 at the same time.
Right.
Like a spinning coin in the air.
Right.
Heads or tails at the same time. I always think about it like you can read all the pages of a book at the same time.
Exactly.
Instead of one page at a time.
Yeah.
So D-Wave is one of the companies that's making a lot of noise about quantum computing.
They are.
Their stock is up something like 1,000% this year.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But is it all hype?
Right.
Is the company as good as the stock price?
Okay, so what are they doing that's different?
Well, D-Wave focuses on a specific type of quantum computing called quantum annealing.
Okay.
It's like trying to find the lowest point in a really, really complex landscape, and it helps you quickly find the best solution to that problem.
So optimization.
Optimization, exactly.
Okay.
So that's their flagship product.
Right.
Is the D-Wave Advantage system.
Okay.
They've also got a cloud service called Leap.
Okay.
It's all designed for this type of quantum annealing.
So are people actually using this stuff yet?
They are.
They are.
They are.
Wow.
I mean, they're attracting big partnerships.
Okay.
Volkswagen.
Wow.
Save on Foods, a grocery chain.
Really?
Yeah. Lockheed Martin.
Wow.
A lot of companies are experimenting with their tech.
It seems kind of early though, right?
It is early.
The technology is still being developed?
It is?
Are we getting ahead of ourselves here?
I mean, there's definitely a risk there, right?
Yeah.
A lot of potential, but also risk.
Okay, so let's talk about that risk for a second.
Uh-huh.
D-Wave is not making money right now.
No, they're not.
Their revenue is growing, but they're not profitable.
Not yet.
So why is the stock so high?
Well,
Are people just betting on the future?
Yeah, it's a bet on the future.
Okay.
Their price to sales ratio is 146.
146?
Yeah, that's a lot.
What does that even mean?
It means investors are paying 146 wrestlers for every dollar of revenue the company brings in.
Okay.
And that's
crazy.
For a typical high-growth tech company, that number would be more like 10 or 20. So there's a lot of speculation there.
Yeah.
A lot of people betting that this company will be huge in the future.
So if you were an investor listening to this right now, what would you do?
Well, I would definitely proceed with caution.
Okay.
There's a lot of potential upside, but also a lot of risk.
Right.
Their focus on quantum annealing might be a limiting factor.
So they might be really good at this optimization stuff.
Yeah.
But what about other applications?
Right.
Are they a one-trick pony?
Yeah. I mean, that's a concern some experts have.
Okay.
There are other companies like IonQ and Rigetti that are using a different approach called gate model quantum computing.
Okay.
It's a bit like building with quantum Lego blocks.
Interesting.
And these systems are potentially more versatile.
Okay.
They could be used for a wider range of applications.
So they're facing some competition.
They are.
And to add to that, their financial reports show growing operating losses. They've increased their shares by 40% in just 1 year.
They have.
It seems a little bit like they're playing it fast and loose.
It's something to watch, for sure.
What about this insider trading stuff?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of D-Wave employees are sitting on massive gains from their stock options.
That's right.
Is that a red flag?
I mean, it's not necessarily illegal.
Right.
But it's definitely something to be aware of.
Yeah.
It raises questions.
Okay. So we've got this company.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking technology.
Mm-hmm.
Sky-high stock price.
Yeah.
And some potentially risky financial moves. What does it all mean?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really exciting time to be watching this space.
Yeah.
Quantum computing has the potential to be truly revolutionary.
Right.
But there are definitely some challenges ahead for D-Wave.
And for the whole field, really.
Absolutely.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I think the next step is to take a closer look at the potential impact of this technology.
Right.
What could it mean for our lives?
Yeah.
Our society?
What are the ethical implications?
Exactly.
Because it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we use it.
Exactly.
And who benefits from it.
That's the key.
All right, so we'll dive into all of that in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
It's exciting, but risky.
It is.
Yeah.
And a lot of unknowns.
Definitely.
But, you know, even if D-Wave doesn't succeed,
Right.
quantum computing itself is still going to have a huge impact.
Absolutely.
It could change the world.
It really could.
Think about like drug discovery.
Yeah.
Imagine developing new drugs so much faster.
Right.
Or designing materials with properties we haven't even thought of.
It's mind-blowing.
It is.
But with that kind of power, we have to think about the ethical side of things.
Absolutely.
Who controls this technology?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
And how do we make sure it's used for good?
Right.
And not for bad?
Like, what if someone uses it to crack encryption?
Oh, our online banking national security.
That's a real concern.
All of that could be vulnerable.
It could.
And what about AI?
Yeah.
If we combine AI with quantum computing,
Right.
what happens if it becomes smarter than us?
It's a possibility.
It's a scary thought.
It is.
So we need to be thinking about these things now.
Absolutely.
Before it's too late.
We need to develop ethical frameworks.
Right.
Regulations.
Yeah.
Make sure this technology is used responsibly.
It feels like we're entering uncharted territory.
It does.
Full of potential,
Yeah.
but also a lot of risk.
A lot of risk.
And it's not just up to governments and companies to figure this out.
No, it's not.
This affects all of us.
It does.
We all need to be part of the conversation.
Exactly.
We need to talk about the future we want to create.
Right.
With quantum computing.
Our hopes, our fears.
Yeah.
How do we make sure it benefits everyone?
You know what really fascinates me about all this?
What's that?
Is the human element.
Yeah.
How will this technology change our lives?
That's a big question.
Yeah.
How will it change our relationships?
Our understanding of the world.
Big questions.
Huge questions.
The philosophers are going to be busy.
Right.
For a long time.
It's exciting and a little bit scary
Yeah.
to think about all the possibilities.
Yeah, it's like we're on the edge of a new frontier.
It really is.
We don't know what's out there.
Right.
But we can sense that it's something remarkable.
It's a journey of discovery.
It is.
Not just about the technology, but about ourselves and our place in the world.
And that's what makes this so compelling.
I agree. So much potential, but so many questions too, right?
Too many questions.
And that's what I want to leave our listeners with today.
Okay.
If quantum computing really does take off, what role do you want to play?
That's a good question.
It's easy to just sit back and watch.
Right.
But we all have a stake in this.
We do.
Are you going to be a passive observer?
Yeah.
Or are you going to help shape the future of this technology?
Big choice.
Will you advocate for responsible use?
Yeah.
Demand transparency from the companies developing it?
Important.
Will you make sure that the benefits are shared fairly?
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
But these are the questions we need to be asking ourselves right now.
The future isn't predetermined.
It's not.
We get to decide what it looks like.
We all have a part to play.
So that wraps up our deep dive into the world of quantum computing and D-Wave.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has.
A lot to unpack.
Hopefully everyone listening learned something new today.
I hope so.
Maybe had a few aha moments along the way.
Yeah.
But most importantly,
yeah,
we hope this deep dive has inspired you to keep exploring.
To keep asking questions.
To keep diving deep.
Because there's a whole universe of knowledge out there.
Waiting to be discovered.
So until next time.
Keep learning, keep questioning.
And keep pushing the boundaries.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.